Stop chasing. Look, it's Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and I know I'm on a mission to make you some money. Listen, welcome. If you're new to the page, welcome. All the new subscribers, welcome. We crossed over that 1,000 subscriber mark, and it seems like y'all been flying in here ever since. So welcome. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the OGs, and shout out to all those who are getting value and just haven't hit that subscribe button yet. Go ahead and just hit the button right now. All right. All right. Now that that's out the way, pretty quick video for you guys. This is going to focus more on the lessons that we learn in the market, right? This is something that I want to start adding to the page, just like a lessons day, where we come back and we just reflect on things that could have been done differently in the market, right? So today I want to kick it off by talking about none other than one of my favorites, which is Palantir, right? AKA Paulina, right? If you in the group, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So Palantir today, it broke the orb. I know I love the 15-minute orb. It broke the orb and was making its way downtown, as I like to say, right? Shout out to Vanessa Carlton. It was making its way down, and I realized it's taken a little long to actually make the play. So I have a rule of thumb that I want to share with you all, and hopefully it helps you in your trading, right? So when there is a particular level on a chart, right, and you are in that trade and you need it to break that level, and it's trying, but it's not, you have to give yourself a certain period of time before you decide to fold them, right? So I told myself, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it like maybe like three or four candles on the 15, and if it doesn't happen, then this is a serious level, and whichever direction it goes in is going to go like pretty forcefully, right? So we saw that exact thing happen with Palantir. Fortunately, I was able to get out of Palantir with a small profit, not a loss, right? Small profit, like 0.16% or something like that, like damn near break even. But I knew I had to get out when I had the opportunity after that last stutter at that 180 level, right? When I saw that it was not trying to get through 180, I'm like, okay, it's already gone through like 3 candles. If it does bounce, it's going to bounce hard, and that's exactly what it did. Palantir like recovered, shot up, and went back to higher than what it was in the earlier part of the day. So anybody that stayed in that got burnt, right? If you were able to take profit, because there were times we were super green, right? We had like 10% and didn't take it off. I did let people know to take it off, but it was totally up to you. I decided not to. So, I wound up breaking, not quite break even, but getting a little bit of profit, right? So if you're looking at something on a daily, the 15-minute, the 5-minute, you got to have a time frame in which you realize that, okay, this is not doing what I wanted to do. There's a fine line between having patience and then trying to force something to work that's not trying to work. When you try to force something to work that's not trying to work, right? That's typically when you get burned. So we saw that exactly that in Palantir. Like I said, right before I got out, I was like, yo, it might bounce here. If it breaks, you'll get rich. But if it doesn't break and it bounces, it's going to bounce hard because this level is so strong. So when you see a level when you see something coming down to a level or going up to a resistance, and it keeps going there, and you see it like stutter and it's getting shot back down, that means that there is some real pressure there, whether it's selling or buying. In this case, it was a lot of buying pressure. So I did what was right and got out, was able to avoid that clean. Hope everybody else was able to do the same thing. I know some people were able to get profit because they took it at that, at that first call of it. But for those who got burnt, let this be a lesson learned, okay? Let this be something that you keep, at the front of your mind. Like, okay, if I'm looking at something on a 5-minute, 15-minute, daily, whatever, if it goes 3 to 4, candles and there's nothing, I'm not saying like that there's never times where it takes longer than that for a trade to work out. But if it's a specific level that it is honoring, you got to get out that trade. And what you can do is you can get back into the trade once it breaks that level to the downside or upside or whichever way the trade is going. All right. I hope that was helpful. I appreciate you guys, man. You know, it's always love over here. Listen, shout out to everybody, man. Listen, in the comments, if you were able to make money on that, let me know. If you got burnt, let me know. If you were able to get break even, let me know. I want to hear how y'all did on that Palantir play. All right. That's for the people in the group and anybody else who's trading today. If it wasn't Palantir, let me know what you traded. And I'd love to hear like how you made out in the market today. All right, man. Y'all know, invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.